The creative students that cannot bring their creativity in the traditional way, I put them on a computer and show them a software program to remember to use Van Gogh. Students come into computer art because of that reason, because they do enjoy art, but they really do struggle and think, okay, I'll try the digital media and see how I go. And if they really succeed in it, it gives them the opportunity to go more down the digital side, which goes through design, even photography, and there's no painting involved. Right now, just the Van Gogh emulation, okay? All right, so you need to make sure that you save that one that you previously did in Photoshop. I still use traditional artist models, but they transfer the artist model techniques, but they redo it through a computer using certain art software programs. So by painting, they use paintbrush tools on a program to use an artist model as an influence in their own work. They have an e-portfolio online through Mahara. They're working with Van Gogh at the moment as an influence in their painting. So I got them to do an emulation of Van Gogh using paintbrushes and techniques in Photoshop. And they both through the emulation they learned to experiment, work out how to deal with the movement that is in Van Gogh's painting, his textures and everything, and they have to create it using paintbrushes that they have learnt in Photoshop, and which is quite a difficult task.
I believe it's quite unique in the way he uses his brushstrokes, like the sun, the brushstrokes go away from the sun, and here there's quite a lot going on in there. There's a lot of colours and there's different strokes going in all directions. I tried to recreate that, and this is my version of it. I used the strokes going away from the sun, and there's quite a lot going on here as well, but I think his is a lot more colours.
Okay, what I did first is just looked at it, and I liked all the grass, how it was made, all the lines, the details in the church. I started on the sky, did the basic colours, like what was there. Then I did more detail on it, like the kind of texture it is in it. Then I started with the church, made the different colours, and then I put more detail into that, put black outlinings through it, and then I put the ground basic colours, put more detail in that, and I made a brush to do the different patterns, changed the colour.
I suppose in a way this class has become a lot about writing as well, so I like them to reflect on what they've done, so for next time they can improve on that. And it makes them really look at themselves, and I found that the ones that would normally do in their books are quite prepared to actually do it up online. And I also find that they're more honest with what they write online than if they do it in their books. Van Gogh as an artist model is a really good artist model to use because it's more about layering and movement than tonal work. But it's an experimentation, and so I wanted them to reflect on that in my portfolio, like what they thought about what they'd done, what was hard, how did they work out how they could overcome that obstacle. They all complained at the beginning, oh, this looks too hard, I can't do this, but they found it really good in the end.
That's really good. Blends in with the colours, and yeah.
Well, I would never have expected it, especially from the last few years. I've not had the amount of written work that I have had this year, and I think the online learning has made that difference. They still do have book work, but not as much as what they used to. A lot of it is online now. Just sit above it. Oh. Yeah, okay. You guys always forget that. Yeah. If they do a view online through my portfolio, once they've finished they have to submit that page to me, and that comes through to me. They cannot change it once they've submitted it. Once I receive it, I get it through my email box, and then I'll just open it up and I can write feedback at the bottom and then send it back to them. But I think students do need to start learning to work a little bit more self-directed, teach them more independence, and that's my goal, is to have students become more independent in their learning, and me being more the facilitator. Yeah, that's personally how I see the way I am teaching.